Hello Trojans, it's Friday, April 20th, and you're watching Trojan TV. First off, a video brought to you by Kayvon.
Third grade, y'all ready to hear something else? Yeah. And fourth grade? Yeah. There it is.
Couple up. Come on, fans, go. Eagles go. Couple up. Couple up. Come on, fans, go. Eagles go.
Look around. I know that you see what I see. We have all kinds of visitors in here. Coming from South Houston High School. Why? Why would they be here today? I'm going to answer it for you. They have heard through the streets, through the neighborhood, that Jessup Elementary, the students have been working completely hard. Before, why are we celebrating before? Because we already know how good you are going to be doing on the test.
Louder now, let's hear it for Jessup. Eagles. Let's go,
Thanks for that video, Kayvon. I love you. Next up is a video brought to you by Breeza.
My name is Breeza, and here are some prom reminders. Prom will be at the San Luis Hotel Resort in Galveston on May 5th, 2018. Doors will open at 7 p.m. and there will be no more admission after 9 p.m. Students must be picked up by 11 p.m. To be admitted to prom, the following must be present: your prom ticket, your ID, and your guest's ID. While you may bring a guest, no guest may be older than 20 years old. Students must be clear of any fees to be able to purchase a ticket. The required dress code is: there will be no jeans and no beach shoes allowed. Dresses that may be considered inappropriate include low-cut dresses or dresses too short. That's all. Have a great prom, seniors.
Next that video briefs on students. Make sure to get that prom ticket. They're gonna be sold out fast. Next up, a video brought to you by me. Hello Trojans. Welcome to a video I like to call Quick Thoughts, brought to you by me, where I speak about about events that are happening all around us in today's day. The topic at hand is the whole, school controversy, school shooting. I know it's a big word, and it's a very serious topic, so I want to take this as serious as possible and maybe put a couple thoughts, maybe get y'all thinking about what is going on. So, in this topic, there's three people that are always to blame. It's either people in charge of the guns, I guess you can say the shooter, and then there's the shooter's the other students. So those are the three people people like to blame. So let me talk about the first one real quick. People like to blame the people in charge of the guns, right? And in my honest opinion, this is not the problem. They're nowhere near the problem. You think a new law is gonna stop me from going to buy a gun? I don't need to go to a store to buy a gun. I could just go to some house and get it for like $200 or $500 easily cash and walk out of there with the gun. I don't need to go to this place. I'm not gonna go. They're not gonna ask me, hey, do you have the new law? They're not gonna ask me that. I could just go somewhere else and buy a gun. I don't need to go to an actual gun store to buy a gun. So I don't think this is the issue, all right? Because if someone wants something bad enough, they can get it, and that's just simple human nature. If I want something bad enough, I have the ability and possess the drive to get it. Now we'll go for the shooter to the end. Now the next person is other students, and what I mean by other students is the people that are affiliated with the shooter. You see, what I mean by this is the people that knew that the person was going through stuff, knew that the person was odd in a way or another, and then they either made fun of the person or decided not to speak against it. And this is my philosophy on that. If a person sees a crime, right, but doesn't report it, you're worse than the person committing the crime, because you had the ability, you possessed the ability to, hey, you know what, say no, that's wrong. But instead you stood there, you watched and did nothing about it, and that makes them a worse person than he ever will be, just because they decided to not speak up. All right, and that's kind of like, I don't know, I would say, like, how it's very stupid for me not to say nothing against this, knowing well that, hey man, this dude has some problems, maybe I should speak up, try to help him. But no, instead y'all decided to not say anything and let this whole event happen. And that's all I have to say about that. So I do believe the other students can be blamed, but to an extent. So say, for example, some people are saying, hey, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said some stuff about him, y'all shouldn't have done this sort of stuff. And in all honesty, that brings back to the shooter, because it's also how the person is inside. For example, we've all been made fun of as kids, right? To this day, people still make fun of me, and in a joking way. And as a kid, I was made fun of a lot. I had a lot of issues as a kid myself, but you know what? That didn't drive me to go do something crazy, And so that leads me back to the shooter. The shooter is to blame, but in a different way. In this world, there's a lot of bad people. Not everyone's good. Not everyone's an angel, People can be bad, and people will be bad. And there's nothing for us to do but to speak up and say something against it, The best we can do for this type of people, for example, most school shooters say they were having mental issues, but that's discovered at a young age, So whenever you discover mental issues at a young age, you can just say, hey, you know what, I have to look after this kid even more because, you know, he's not like the other kids. He has a higher temper. He has some issues going on with him, and maybe I should notify the school and tell him, hey, you know what, my kid is special, and not in a bad way. My kid just needs special care, special attention, and it's not like the other kids. See, if parents and faculty and people would like take that into consideration, saying, hey, this kid is not a normal kid, maybe we shouldn't say some stuff to him. Maybe we should treat him a little bit better, and just maybe by doing all this stuff, we could have stopped this from happening, right? So that's just something that I have to. That's just what I have to say about this, and I hope y'all enjoy. This is just my thoughts on this event, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it was kind of confusing in some parts, but yeah, I hope you understand it. I hope you get the message. That's all we have for today, Trojans. It's a beautiful day. Go out, have some fun, enjoy your weekend. Make sure to do what's right. Go Trojans.